Job, a poem about Job.
The Lord and his angels gathered together so they could have a word, and Satan invited himself on over because he overheard. God said, "Where did you come from? I know you're up to no good." Satan said, "I'd come and go. I was in the neighborhood." God said, "Why can't you be like Job, a perfect upright man? Out of all my servants, he's the best in all the land." Satan replied, "Are you so sure he don't fear you for nothing? You've got a silver spoon in his mouth, or is that not worth discussing? He has 11,000 animals, 3 daughters, and 7 sons. Out of every man in all the East, you think he's the greatest one. Of course he kisses your feet right now, you've made him wealthy and gay. But I bet he'd curse you to your face if you took it all away." God said, "Okay, Satan, you can take all his wealth. All he has is in your power. Just don't touch Job himself." And Satan departed from the Lord after the bet was done. He was grinning like a possum, convinced he'd already won. Now Job was sitting there, just tending to his ways, when one of his servants came stumbling in and completely ruined his day. He said, "The Sabians attacked, they took your oxen and your asses. Only I survived, they killed your servants by the masses." While the first man was still talking, a second messenger came. He said, "Fire fell from the heavens and your sheep went up in flames. It consumed your shepherds too. They all burned up like wood. I'm the only one that made it out. I came as quick as I could." As the second man still spoke, a third messenger came in. He said, "All your camels were carried away by 3 angry bands of Chaldeans." Before the third man finished all that he had to say, a fourth messenger came in with the worst news of the day. "Your children were in your son's house when a wind blew down the walls. I'm the only one that lived. It crushed and killed them all." Satan was making sure this was the worst day of Job's life. But he didn't take everything Job had. He let him keep his wife.
Job shaved the hair off of his head and tore off all his clothes. He said, "I came into this world naked, and naked is how I'll go." After everything that Job had lost, all that he could say was, "Blessed be the name of the Lord, whither he giveth or taketh away." Well, none of this pleased Satan. Job was supposed to curse, so Satan wanted another go to try to make things worse. So Satan crept on back to God to negotiate round two, and God told him that killing Job is the one thing he can't do.
It wasn't good enough for Satan to kill all of his kin, so then he smote poor Job with boils all over his skin. And then, of course, Job's wife pitched in, and she said, "I, for one, think you should just curse God and die, so all this can be done." Then Job's friends popped up and talked for over 30 chapters. But to sum up what they said, it was a confession they were after. They said he was a guilty man. He might as well admit it. God wouldn't punish him for a crime unless he actually did it. Job might have ended everything if he had had a sword. He cursed the day that he was born, but did not curse the Lord. Satan's feathers ruffled and his panties tied in knots. How could any man still not curse God after losing all he's got? His friends are a bunch of jerks. His wife's the Wicked Witch of the West. East, if you want to be technical. But still, I did my best. I took everything Job had and covered him with bulls. Where did I go wrong with this? All my plans are full. Now, Satan might be stubborn, but he knows when he's been beat. So he twirled his evil mustache as he made his retreat. I know Job's story is tragic, but it doesn't end all bad. After everything was done, God gave him twice back what he had.